What if the car you've been dreaming about turns out to be a financial disaster? Imagine dropping $50,000 on a shiny new car, only to watch it bleed $35,000 in value within 5 years. It happens more often than you think. Today, we're counting down 20 cars that look impressive on the surface, but quietly destroy your wallet, 1 mile at a time. And number 1? It's so unwanted, even dealers are desperate to get rid of it. Stick around. Missing this list could be the most expensive mistake you make all year. On number 20, we have the BMW 7 Series from 2017 to 2022. This luxury flagship dropped hard. A $125K 750 Li from just a few years ago now trades for under $45K, sometimes even less. In 5 years, most lose over 55% of their value, and that's before you factor in the ownership costs. These cars were loaded with tech, gesture controls, laser headlights, air suspension, all impressive, until something breaks. Common headaches include blank infotainment screens, failing parking sensors, and suspension struts that can cost thousands. RepairPal puts reliability below average, and forum posts are packed with reports of expensive out-of-warranty fixes. Many owners buy extended coverage just to avoid massive surprise bills. Timing chain issues, electrical gremlins, and pricey brake work are well-known risks. And BMW service intervals don't help. Fluid changes, spark plugs, and even software updates all come faster than you'd expect. Used shoppers may be tempted by the low resale, but most learn quickly. That cheap 7 Series is never actually cheap once you're the one fixing it. Think that was bad? Wait until you see what Audi calls reliable luxury. On number 19, we have the Audi A6 from 2019 to 2024. The A6 looked like a luxury tech win on paper, but resale tells a different story. A 2019 A6 has already lost over 50% of its value, and even 2022 models are trading for under $35K, despite MSRPs near $60K. The depreciation curve is steep, especially compared to rivals like the BMW 5 Series or Lexus ES, which hold value better and cost less to maintain. Electrical issues are a sore spot. Owners frequently report glitches with the virtual cockpit, backup cameras cutting out, or the MMI touchscreen freezing. Some complain about radar or blind spot sensors needing realignment, often after minor jolts or for no clear reason. On higher trims, the optional air suspension and dynamic steering add comfort, but come with sky-high repair costs when something fails. Timing chain issues on early 3.0T engines, fuel gauge sender recalls, and turbo seal oil leaks have also cropped up. The Quattro system is great in the snow, but adds weight and complexity to an already tech-heavy sedan. A6s are great to drive, but the constant dealer visits and low resale make many regret skipping simpler, more durable alternatives. Think sedans drop fast? Watch what happens when you add a CVT and badge confusion. On number 18, we have the Infiniti QX60 from 2017 to 2023. This was supposed to be Infiniti's sweet spot. Luxury feel, 3 rows, decent power. But financially, it's been a flop. A 2022 QX60 loses over 40% of its value in 3 years, and a 5-year-old model may barely fetch $22K from a $50K MSRP. That's not just fast depreciation. It's bottom tier for its class, and even current models are facing soft demand, despite modest price bumps. The real issue is how average it feels for the price. Owners complain about sluggish acceleration, the noisy CVT transmission, and poor fuel economy for its size. Under the hood is a 3.5L V6 paired to a Jaguar CVT, a combo known for occasional whine, heat problems, and costly repairs if cooling lines leak. The ride's not bad, but for this money, buyers expect more refinement. Add in infotainment glitches, AC evap failures, and limited dealer network, and the long-term value drops further. Even mid-tier competitors like the Mazda CX-9 or Kia Telluride offer similar space, better tech, and stronger resale. The QX60 isn't a terrible SUV, but it's tough to recommend when depreciation, CVT risks, and lack of brand pull stack up this quickly. If you thought SUVs aged badly, wait till you see what happens when too much tech meets German depreciation. On number 17, we have the Mercedes-Benz S-Class from 2018 to 2023. This is Mercedes's tech-packed flagship and a perfect storm for losing money. Most 3-year-old S-Class sedans drop 40 to 50% in value, with some dipping below $30K in trade-in. A fully loaded $130K S-Class from just a few years ago? You'll find it sitting online for $45K. The tech is part of the problem. Air suspension failures, digital dash blackouts, dead door handles, and failing magic body control hydraulics. It all adds up. Once the warranty ends, even a small glitch can turn into a multi-$1,000 headache. Owners regularly report needing coil conversions just to escape the maintenance trap. Forums are full of owners venting about sensors, electronics, climate actuators, the kind of repairs most shops won't even touch. Even the newer mild hybrid versions are having charging and infotainment bugs. The end result? Massive depreciation, spotty reliability, and sky-high ownership costs. It's not just a fancy car, it's one that demands a second bank account. Now let's talk about a car that tried to out-tech the S-Class and ended up out-depreciating it instead. Before we move on, don't forget to subscribe, especially if you like knowing what not to buy before it drains your savings. On number 16, we have the Audi RS Ron GT from 2022 to 2024, a 150K plus electric performance sedan that's now shedding value like a clearance bin luxury watch. In just 3 years, many RS e-trons have lost over 58%, and 5-year projections show over 100K gone. Why? Demand never met the hype. Real-world range is closer to 200 miles. Early units had long charge times, and 2024 saw a major battery fire recall affecting thousands of cars. Audi's fix? Limit charge to 80%, not what owners expected after paying 6 figures. Then there's resale. A 2022 RS e-tron GT that cost $130K new is now showing up on dealer lots in the $60K range and sitting there. Even basic wear items like brakes or air suspension cost thousands, and independent shops won't touch it. Despite its speed and style, the RS e-tron GT has become a high-end liability, expensive to buy, costly to run, and painful to sell. If you thought 6-figure EVs were risky, wait until you see what happened to one of the cheapest. On number 15, we have the Nissan Leaf from 2017 to 2022, one of the first mainstream EVs, and now one of the fastest to lose its value. A 5-year-old Leaf drops around 55% to 60%, meaning a $30,000 model might sell for $13K or less today. That's far worse than a Chevy Bolt or even a Prius Prime, which retain value better and offer more range. The Leaf's early promise was its simplicity, low maintenance, no oil, and fewer moving parts. But that didn't offset the battery problems. Many owners report range dropping 30 to 40% over time, especially in hotter climates, and battery replacements can hit 10K plus. Add in outdated tech, a CHA demo plug that's becoming obsolete, and spotty fast charging support, and resale demand tanks. Even Nissan dealers often quote more to repair a Leaf than what it's worth used. For early adopters, the Leaf was revolutionary, but for used buyers today, it's a cautionary tale in EV obsolescence. On number 14, we have the Cadillac Escalade ESV from 2017 to 2023, a full-size luxury SUV that's long on presence, but just as long on problems. Despite its premium image, the extended wheelbase Escalade sheds nearly 60% of its value over 5 years. That's tens of thousands of dollars lost, and worse than full-size rivals like the Toyota Sequoia or even a loaded Expedition. But depreciation is just the start. The ESV's notorious CUE infotainment system is a common failure point. Owners report screens freezing or bubbling, and replacement costs can hit $1,500. Air suspension compressors, ABS pumps, and rear climate systems are also known to fail. There have even been recalls for software glitches that disable airbags and traction control bugs that cause sudden braking, which is terrifying in a 6,000-pound SUV. Fuel economy? Painful. That 6.2L V8 needs premium and gets around 14 miles per gallon. Combined with $17K plus in fuel costs over 5 years, ownership adds up fast. Cadillac loyalists may love the look, but many used buyers are passing on the ESV for a Denali or Navigator. It might feel like status now, but post-warranty, it's all cost. If you thought the Escalade was rough, the next one drops in value so fast, even Audi dealers are backing away. On number 13, we have the Audi e-tron SUV from 2020 to 2023. Audi's first full-size EV SUV hasn't aged well. A 2023 e-tron already loses 56% of its value in just 2 years, and 3-year-old models have dropped 60% or more. Cars that once cost over $80K are now sitting on auction blocks for barely $20K. Even Audi dealers quietly steer buyers toward the newer Q8 e-tron or Q6. Why the fall? The e-tron's range is modest, around 200 miles, and its charging is slower than rivals. Battery recalls haven't helped either. Nearly 27,000 units were flagged for overheating risks, followed by more alerts for faulty plugs and airbag sensors. Owners complain about glitchy software, erratic driver assists, and a cabin that feels less refined than its price suggests. And once the warranty ends, the cost of upkeep, like suspension parts or failing inverters, starts adding up fast. With Tesla and BMW offering better range, tech, and support, the e-tron quickly became the forgotten flagship. On number 12, we have the Tesla Model X from 2020 to 2023, a high-tech electric SUV that's dropping in value nearly as fast as it accelerates. Despite the hype and those flashy Falcon Wing doors, this one loses around 60% of its value in just 5 years. Roughly $56K gone, according to Edmunds. And it's not just about depreciation. Repairs are where it really stings. Those wing doors, damaged struts, or sensors can cost $5,000 to plus to fix. Battery replacements out of warranty? Think $12K to $20K depending on who you ask. Even infotainment failures can run you a couple grand. Then there's the insurance, $4,900 a year on average. Owners also report constant sensor glitches, expensive service visits, and a growing list of recalls, from detaching roof panels to failing radar systems. Tesla's rapid tech updates make older models feel obsolete fast. It looks futuristic, sure, but owning one can feel like paying for tomorrow's problems today. Performance is one thing, but the next car shows what happens when complexity completely outruns common sense. On number 11, we have the Porsche Taycan from 2020 to 2024, an electric Porsche that looks like a supercar but drops in value like a stone. In just 5 years, the average Taycan loses over 61% of its original price, and some top-tier Turbo S models have already fallen from $180K to under $80K on the used market. Even base Taycans that cost 6 figures now trade around $38K to $50K, depending on mileage. But it's not just the depreciation, it's the ownership headaches. This car runs on an 800-volt system that's more advanced than anything in its class, yet it's caused issues from the start. Sudden power loss, OTA software updates that brick systems, and infotainment bugs are all common. Some Taycans even suffered high-voltage battery defects that led to a 27,000 vehicle recall. Out of warranty? Expect repair bills in the 5 figures. One owner described a software reset that cost $1,500 just to reflash the dash. Air suspension failures, $1,200 wheels, and glitchy charging add more fuel to the frustration. And because nearly every issue requires a dealer with proprietary Porsche tools, repair flexibility is zero. The Taycan may be fast, but watching it drain your wallet is even faster. On number 10, we have the Audi A8L from 2018 to 2024, a car built to impress CEOs, but often ends up punishing their accountants. This long wheelbase luxury sedan loses over 61% of its value in 5 years, dropping tens of thousands from MSRP faster than rivals like the Lexus LS or even the S-Class. Some 2018 models are now trading for under $19,000, down from nearly $100,000 new. It's not just the depreciation that stings, it's the never-ending ownership costs. A single air suspension strut runs over $4,000, and even a thermostat or water pump can set you back $1,500 thanks to how cramped the engine bay is. Infotainment issues are rampant too. That fancy dual touchscreen MMI, known to freeze or reboot randomly, sometimes requiring full dash disassembly. Owners have also dealt with fire risk recalls on rear seat charging ports, and absurd bills for basics like brake pads or cabin air filters. RepairPal ranks the A8 just average in reliability, but out-of-warranty repairs rarely feel average. Many owners admit they expected Mercedes-level refinement. What they got instead was an electrical migraine. And if you thought that was brutal for a luxury sedan, the next one shows how quickly a premium SUV can go from showroom star to budget buster. On number 8, we have the Polestar II, from 2020 to 2024. This stylish electric sedan promised Volvo-backed quality and modern EV performance, but it's turned into one of the worst depreciating EVs on the market. After 5 years, it holds just around 37% of its value, with many used examples from 2021 to 2022 selling in the low 20Ks. That's a brutal fall from a sticker price that once reached $55K plus. The issues start with software. Owners report random touchscreen crashes, dead backup cameras, and even cases where infotainment updates bricked the system entirely. Several recalls have hit the two, including a rear camera failure and early thermal risk tied to fast charging. On forums, it's common to see complaints about electrical quirks, frozen regen braking, or key fob errors that disable the car. But what really drags it down is the ownership uncertainty. Outside warranty, a battery issue could cost $10K plus. Adaptive suspension failures and EV-specific repairs often require dealer tools. Many indie mechanics won't even touch it, and with no real parts ecosystem, delays are common. It's a clean, fast EV with strong branding, but resale, reliability, and service complexity make the Polestar II a risky long-term hold. Now, if you think losing half your value is bad, the next one shows what happens when a luxury badge can't even fake desirability. On number 7, we have the Infiniti QX80 from 2017 to 2024. This full-size luxury SUV might look like a smart buy at first, but it's one of the biggest value losers in its class. IC Cars reports a 63% loss over 5 years. A $75K QX80 might now fetch just $27 to $30K. Even in just 3 years, most models lose over half their value. Part of the problem is what's under the skin. It shares much of its platform with the Nissan Armada, so you're paying luxury money for what feels like a dressed-up truck. Buyers often complain about dated tech, tight third-row space, and poor fuel economy. Some report under 15 mpg on the highway. Repairs can pile on. Air suspension parts, fuel pump recalls, and sticky power boards are all common mentions on forums. And with Infiniti's shrinking brand footprint and low demand, used QX80s get low-ball trade offers. At resale time, it's not luxury, just another high-cost, low-return SUV. On number 6, we have the Tesla Model S, from 2020 to 2023. This flagship EV still turns heads, but its resale story is rough. IC Cars puts its 5-year depreciation around 63%, so a $100K Model S could drop to the low 30Ks. Even newer ones lose value fast. Many 2022s are already listing under 60K. Tech aging hits hard. As Tesla rolls out longer-range, faster-charging versions, older S models feel outdated within a few years. Tesla's own price cuts haven't helped owners either. When new S prices drop, used ones tank further. And with thousands of off-lease cars hitting the market, resale is swamped. The reliability is solid, and daily costs stay low thanks to zero oil changes and few moving parts. But any big failure, battery, motor, screen, can run well into 5 figures out of warranty. Tires and insurance aren't cheap either. For many, the range and prestige were worth it. But if you're hoping to escape the sting of depreciation, even Tesla loyalists admit the Model S doesn't spare you. On number 5, we have the Maserati Gibli from 2017 to 2024, a sleek Italian sedan that's fast on the road and even faster at losing value. In just 5 years, it sheds over 64% of its original price. Pay $80K new, and you're looking at $30K or less on the resale lot. The ownership experience matches the drop. Simple repairs like brakes or ignition coils often cost thousands due to labor complexity and brand-only parts. One common nightmare? The timing chain tensioner. Failures there mean an engine-out job that can top $8K. Add in glitchy infotainment, expensive electronics, and poor dealer coverage, and even basic fixes become stressful. Recalls haven't helped either, with issues ranging from fuel sensors to brake boost. Insurance isn't friendly either, running around $6,600 a year. Gibli might feel exotic at first, but the resale and reliability reality hit hard. Most owners end up wishing they just got a BMW or Benz instead. Some brands fade with time. The next one? It's struggling before it even gets started. On number 4, we have the Rivian R1S from 2022 to 2024. This electric SUV was hyped as an off-road Tesla rival, but it's lost its shine fast. Real-world depreciation hits hard, over 53% in just 3 years, and projections show it could lose up to 70% of value in 5 years. A fully loaded 85K model might only be worth 25K to 30K by then. Used ones are already hitting the low 30K range, with dealers slashing prices and offering massive incentives. Owners report constant issues: touchscreens freezing, random software bugs, air suspension faults, failed charging ports. Some even say the car won't start unless rebooted. Recalls have piled up too. Brake defects, headlight aim problems, and even defroster failure in winter. Add slow service and limited repair centers, and the hidden costs stack up. Rivian's startup teething problems are still very visible. For now, the R1S remains a great-looking SUV, but it's turning into one of the biggest money losers in the luxury EV space. Top 3 start now, and it only gets uglier from here. Kicking it off is a premium electric that lost nearly all its value, and sometimes its power mid-drive. On number 3, we have the Jaguar I-Pace from 2019 to 2024, an early luxury EV that went from bold to burden. In just 5 years, it drops up to 71% in value, turning a 75K electric crossover into a 17K resale headache. What tanked it? Massive battery failures, a sweeping recall, and owners stuck with capped range after Jaguar's fix limited charge to just 75%. Some drivers reported total power loss at speed. Others saw their parked I-Paces catch fire. Lawsuits followed, claiming Jaguar knew the batteries were faulty and didn't fix them properly. On top of that, the I-Pace faces tech problems, short dealer support, and a resale market that's collapsed. US sales cratered from over 1,400 units in 2021 to just 98 in 2023. Buyers who expected a sleek, futuristic ride instead got long service visits and huge depreciation. Today, even clean examples struggle to find buyers. Most just want out. On number 2, we have the Tesla Model Y from 2020 to 2024. Despite its bestseller status, the Model Y has quietly become one of the worst EVs for long-term value. CarEdge shows it loses about 60% in 5 years, meaning a 60K long-range version can sink to just 24K to 28K on the used market. That's a 30K to 36K hit, depending on trim. Owner reports still highlight build issues. Panel gaps, loose trims, and touchscreen freezes are common, even on newer models. The NHTSA recalled 125K units from 2020 to 2023 for a faulty seatbelt chime system. The OTA fix didn't even start rolling out until mid-2024, and early 2023 models faced a major backup camera blackout recall after a software bug killed reverse view. Consumer Reports still flags the Model Y for below-average reliability, mostly due to minor but recurring hardware and software glitches. It's quick and clean, sure, but long-term, it's also noisy, glitchy, and aging faster than Tesla fans want to admit. On number 1, we have the Maserati Levante from 2017 to 2024, an Italian luxury SUV that turns heads fast but drops in value even faster. In 5 years, the Levante shed between 62% and 74% of its original price. That's up to $120,000 lost if you started near the top trim. It underperforms rivals like the Porsche Cayenne or BMW X5, and even some Lexus models hold more value, but the real sting is what comes after the sale. Owners report 3,000 plus bills for basic service like a battery or thermostat, and repairs often require dealer-only labor. Recalls for cracked fuel lines and stalling engines haven't helped confidence, and electrical glitches or failed air suspension parts are common. Add in high insurance, over $6,000 a year, and you're burning cash before even touching the gas. Despite the badge, the Levante rides on a Jeep platform, and many owners end up regretting not choosing a more dependable option. Buying one used? Just know the price drop isn't a deal, it's a warning. If you made it through this list, good news, there's a better side. Check out our next video on the 25 most reliable cars ever made. No money pits, just peace of mind.